afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, excuse me, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 28th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. When we begin, and I think a lot of people are beginning to open up to themselves, probably for most of the existence, thousands of years for this civilization, we've been closed off from ourselves. And we've been enticed or seduced to follow what we see. You know, we're drawn outside. And since we haven't spent a lot of time inside of us, it's pretty normal for us to be where we are. And with all of the things happening, and why are they happening? They are happening because the collective consciousness of this planet has risen, elevated it to a level unprecedented in the history of the planet. Reason that is because the civilization is realizing that it is all one. And when it realizes it's all one, it then will begin to embrace the fact that it's all love. This has been a challenge for the civilization for a long time. Obviously, when you're trained from the beginning to constantly seek outside of oneself. Now, we've had those in a small history amount of years that others have been wiped out, so we aren't able to associate with them, but we've had a few sprinklings here and there of those who found the way. And the way was inside of them. Buddha found this out. Maitreya, Lao Tzu, and more and more are coming to the conclusion that why am I constantly I'm here, and why am I constantly seeking outside of myself when I haven't spent any time with myself? A lot of us don't know how to do that because, imagine that you're so used to the externalism and it's tough. It's tough for the civilization. The splintering and the misguidance and the misdirection of the civilization of this planet Earth is rampant. You have different viewpoints and different ideas. That's pretty much common in any major civilization, but you don't have the synergy of each other. The realization that we really are all one. We're one. And because we view things so much from externalism, we look at ourselves as separate. Each of us separate. Well, I'm here, and I'm not, stuck to these other people. I don't just hang with them 24/7 forever. So I'm separate from them. And so there's no way we're one. And a lot of people look at that perspective, and it's a very misguided perspective. we integrate all that we are. We understand that every molecule and atom in the atmosphere, this planet, everywhere, is what we are. We're just in a different form. See, there's a lot of source creation that's in different form. It'd be pretty boring if everything was just blah, just one color, no diversity, no variety, and it'd be blah. You wouldn't really learn anything. So the variety and the color of our existence and all life existence is amazing. We don't take the initiative for ourselves to just be in it. You think about it. We've talked about this in different meditations, is that something happens and we have a tendency to get disjointed or irritated or hurried. And, you approach these holidays that they've put on civilization. And everybody gets rushed and hurried and stressed and worried and fearful and anxious and anxiety. And why is that? Because we're not really connected with who and what we are. We're not with the God. You just flow with things, and you just allow things. Things just happen. They just happen. And a lot of it's due to our subconscious, or we're unaware or not conscious of the fact that we're creating it. But we don't, most people don't know that. And they don't have the confidence to understand that they are participating in their own adventure that they have created. Say, how many do you believe of this civilization will walk over that river of void bridge and into the unknown? How many? Openly, I'm going into the unknown. The potential, the possibilities are endless. That's where you accelerate, move forward. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is unachievable, because we are the ones that direct it. We always have been. We think that everything else, it's because of this, and, the reason this happened is because of this, and, the reason I'm experiencing this is because of this, this, and this. And it's not true. Everything that we experience, we are. We dictate whether we're consciously aware of it or not. We create, if we have turmoil in our lives, we create it. Now, if you do create it, say, I created that, so I'm just going to go with the flow with it. I'm just going to flow with it. There's no way that I'm going to interrupt it or try to obstruct it. You ever notice you get yourself in a tug of war where something is engaged and you fight it tooth and nail? You either ignore it, run from it, turn your back on it, whatever. Instead of turning around and saying, hey, how you doing? Interesting, I created you. I'm trying to figure out why I did. Probably in a moment where I was stressed or fearful or something, and that thought was embraced, and it was sent to me by the ego mind, and so then I embraced it, and I turned it into a reality, but I didn't know I was doing that. But now I do, and now I can understand why a lot of the things that occur in my existence in this life occur. I'm the one that's leading the music. It can either be really disruptive and distasteful music, or it can be really nice and wonderful. And it's up to me, because I'm the conductor. So if you're the conductor of all that you are and ever have been, ever will be, ever and beyond, we should really start conducting. We should begin to conduct every single moment we're in these bodies. And you know it, that when you flow and when you don't fight things and you just go with the flow, and it doesn't mean to say, well, you're not going to do anything and you're just going to, float away. It means that you have the confidence that you'll go with the flow, and whatever it is, it is. And it's interesting, old song, some of you probably remember, lyrics of it, song. Doris Day sang it years ago. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. And that's true. My life is for me to see. Whatever will be, will be. And it is very true that we are the orchestra. We're the orchestra, and we are the conductors. We don't attach to anything. We just flow with it on the river, downstream, riding with the current instead of fighting it. Look at how scathed we become when we fight that current in this life. It's ridiculous. We just keep fighting it and fighting it and fighting it. And then, we get so exhausted that we just kind of, the current pushes us back. And imagine if we just say, we're not going to fight this current anymore. We're just going to go with the flow. Because every time we plan anything, in most cases, it doesn't turn out the way that we planned it. Why is that? Because life is up to you, all of us. It's our direction. So it's our attention. This is why we are not. See, a lot of us are so removed from it and have been trained from it, we don't understand it. So we blame things. Well, it's Gertrude's fault. Or Harry's causing this for me. And that situation or that group or, that email got me upset. And instead of loving ourselves, going inside and say, why did I create? I'm trying to figure out why I created that. Why I embrace that thought. And it's interesting because it becomes more and more of a journey and adventure than you could possibly imagine. And then you start having fun with it. You start saying, I know here's a thought. Now, I understand this thought, but it's just a thought. So guess what? I'm not interested in it. It really isn't going to do anything, create anything good or positive or uplifting, so I'm just going to let it pass by. See? When we push and push, the motion is back. When we just allow things to unfold, we just are swept in without effort. And we're in more joy and more peace and more happiness and more lightness. The majority of people aren't in that. We are shifting from the lower 3D consciousness into a more enlightened 4, 5, 6D reality. This is, you can call it whatever you want. The age of Aquarius, the age of the new beginning for this civilization. And understand that. That's a fact. But also understand that the lower frequencies are trying to do everything they can to keep us in that 3D consciousness. Understand that. This is why you see all this craziness going on. Because for those in those low frequencies, they don't understand anything but what they understand, which is complete debauchery, destruction, mayhem, harm, disrespect for life, constant. And they're fighting upstream. All right? They're like the salmon that just fight, and then they're exhausted, and then they die. Okay? And in a lot of ways, that's what these low frequencies in the matter and the survival do on a constant basis. So they want to keep everything in fear and doom and gloom, and program the children on the planet to think doom and gloom, doom and gloom. And, we've got 5 years left. We've got 6 years left. We've got, this is going to be destroyed. That's going to be destroyed. Everything is doom and gloom. And anything coming doom and gloom, seriously, is low frequency. And it's low energy. And all of us should identify and understand what that is, see? That we have no interest in it, or engaging it, or empowering it. Our direction is the opposite. Our direction is that we're creating paradise on this planet Earth, and eventually this entire solar system. But why not just start with Earth? And beyond, after that. After we clean this solar system up, then we're going to go out further. And there's a lot more to this solar system than just 9 planets, believe you me. So we have a great adventure ahead of us, wonderful one. But before we embark on it, we've got to know who and what we are. We must integrate, integration of total honesty, integration of genuineness, integration of authenticity. A lot of things that we will compile with ourselves. No one forcing you, no one coercing you, no one tricking you. It is all you. It's up to you. And we're integrating all of this together very finitely so that you have no problem whatsoever, no confusion on absorbing it and incorporating it into your journey to help you and assist you as much as possible with your journey within you. And then things change, and you all know that because you've already had a taste of what you are. And we are just beginning with this transition. Some people think that it's, how do you put it, over. No, the transition is that when we enter the higher frequency, we are just beginning. Just remember something. It is not easy to find happiness in ourselves because we've never found it. We've never looked within. Why is it? That's why it's not easy to find it. We aren't looking for it outside of ourselves. We're looking for it inside of ourselves, and it's always been. And it is not possible to find it elsewhere. We're here to transcend all of these lower frequencies, all of these misguided beliefs. Is to go beyond it. Don't you think that, we've spent way too much time on it? And we love every single bit of who and what we are. Every single bit of who and what we are. Being authentic. Always. Manifesting anything. Because we're all connected. We're all in that ocean. We're all one. And how do we become enlightened? We move more into more in love. That's what it is. Love, acceptance, appreciation, 24 hours a day. And it is the beginning to becoming a true living master of your life. Love, acceptance, and appreciation 24 hours a day. Be constantly showered with love, acceptance, and appreciation 24 hours a day. Never stop, every minute. That's true enlightenment. So in this meditation, entering the new direction. We are entering, whatever you want to call it, the Aquarian age. We are here, and the doorway has opened. And we are leaving three-dimensional frequencies. And it is going to accelerate and become more and more and more. And some of us are already entering fourth and fifth dimension, but we're entering it in a very soft way so that our bodies, we can handle this. And as we do it, we become more and more enlightened. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing that we want to do is to relax our bodies. And let go of all the things that you have accumulated in the last 24 hours. Let go of them. All of the fears, anxieties, irritations, stresses, misunderstandings, let them go. Completely. And as you're doing this, we're going to want to move into the now. And as we move into the now, we are not in the past and we are not in the future. We do not pull our future construct by going into the past and creating our future. So many people do this and they are not conscious of it, and they want to keep wondering why they keep repeating everything over and over again. They say like, you know, they're on a wheel in a hamster cage. They just never seem, it seems always to be the same. Being in the now, everything happens in the now, the past, the present, and the future. It always has been that way. See, but when you're trained to believe otherwise, and you're trained to want to know your past, you're trained to want to know your future, and the whole time you're ignoring everything in the now. This is why we don't move forward. So being in the now also stills the mind. And as it stills the mind, it also stills the ego mind and the subconscious mind. So you move more into peace. This is what Buddha did. This is what Jesus would do. This is what all of the ascended masters have done. It's never been outside of you. It's always been inside. The true journey and the greatest show ever is inside. Inside. Now, as we're relaxing our bodies and in the now, we're going to want to breathe. And we want to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. Now, as we breathe in, we want to hold at 1001, 1002, 1003. And then exhale through the mouth. You want to take in a wonderful, easy, relaxed feeling, that breath. And as it comes in, you want to hold it to three count, 1001, 1002, 1003. And then exhale out easy through the mouth. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. And for those of you who want to know why we hold our breath 3 seconds when we inhale through the nose, is because it focuses us on the now. And the breath is the now. It cannot be the past, and it cannot be the future. It is only and always has been in the now. So it focuses you on the now. When you feel yourself moving away, and you're not in the now, and you're wandering off into the future, you're wandering off in the past, bring it back, focus on the now by breathing. You inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. And this will focus you and bring you back into the now. And if you have a lot of us have a lot of thoughts running through. We go to bed at night, can't sleep. We're thinking about this or thinking about that. Oh, I wish I could just sleep. So what do? We take things to artificially stimulate sleep, which isn't that great. So how do you do it naturally? You focus on your breathing, and I'll guarantee you will fall asleep. But you got to focus on it. Sometimes it might take more. A lot of people, they want it to go like that, and it doesn't. It's just you ease into it. You're breathing. You're listening to your breathing, and it'll work every time if you focus on your breathing through that heart mind. You do this at least 6 times. Now, as you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. You breath in through the nose. And divine positive energy comes from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. It is constant. And it's from source, creator, creation. And it communicates through your God into your heart mind. And inside are all the answers that you ever will wish to know to all of your questions. Inside is where all of your love is, all of your joy, all of your peace, all of your bliss, all of your tranquility, and all of your benevolence. It's inside you, and each and every one of us. The power that we each contain is astronomical. The knowing is astronomical. The power of manifestation that we contain is astronomical. Inside, each and every one of us, all connected, all into the grand design of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. It has never been out external, and it will never be external. It has always been inside, internal, you. Here's where you find out where your fears are, why they're there, why the ego mind operates the way it does, why the subconscious mind operates the way it does. How do you become the master and commander of your lightship? It's all inside. Now, when you breathe out, you breath out. You're breathing out again, the tug of war with the ego mind and the subconscious mind. It's tug of war. Subconscious mind has been crammed, unfortunately, full of low frequencies as we have existed in this body, in this life, absorbing all kinds of stuff. And it's there. And so you begin to understand that you're in command. And here's another interesting fact. You never knew that you were. So how could you be? So you literally just expel it with ease. You know, here's the ego mind picking away at you. No, I don't do that. You don't have to do that stuff. That's just a bunch of crap and garbage. You know, you're fine the way you're going. Just keep going the way you're going. Quite convincing when you usually go with that every time, the ego mind. But we know where that has really moved us in this life. So remember, we are in the heart mind. This is where we are. This is our command center, the heart mind. We're also merged with the kingdom of God within us. And we are the God. So, arm in arm, hand in hand, we immediately form our circle of light, embracing the equator of this planet Earth, Mother. And we also have with us, always now, the archangels and the angels. Seraphim, cherubim, archetypes, all the angels. This whole civilization who have been assisting us forever in peace, joy, bliss, happiness, prosperity, abundance, protection. And they're all of the highest frequency of deep eternal love. And from it, deep eternal love. The Ascended Masters are immediately with us. And you will learn that they're all with us, always. Everyone. All of Source. All of all. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Thoth, Horus, Hell, all of them constantly with us. Why wouldn't they be? Why would they come? Why would they ascend out of body in their God forms and then come back to help us and assist us and take the risk of being entangled in the 3D matrix again? Well, it's real simple. It's because they love us and we love them. And they are of the highest deep eternal love. And from deep eternal love, highest. They're all with us. See, we're all, right away, we're joined as we have formed arm in arm, hand in hand, this circle of light around this planet, Earth, the equator. And we encase the entire planet and ourselves in a perfect sphere. And literally saturating all life on this planet, in it, above it, below it, on it. And of the highest frequencies of deep eternal love. You can't escape it. It's such a high frequency, it uplifts all that there is. Ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. It's the same with us. And the protection that we all have is unfathomable. It is so grand and expansive. The emerald green healing, flaming light of Archangel Raphael, the white fire, the purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, the golden white pink light of Source creation. Mother, Father, God, Prime Source, Creator, God, all of our family, the universe, and Archangels Michael, Metatron, Sandalphon, that exude multi-faceted, intense, pure love light energy, the light of the God in Sandalphon. And I'm not talking about the fake light, you know, the seducing light, the light of the lower frequencies, the matter frequencies, the lower dimensional frequencies. I'm not talking about that light. I'm talking about the genuine God light that we all are. The God, source, creation, of which we are. The violet, blue, purple, flaming light, Archangel Michael. We're all together. And we're all protected from any attempt of manipulation, distraction, from any level, in any angle, in any existence. And the only fear that ever has existed is that which we create with our ego mind. Now, we float up, all of us, because we're all one, we're all love, and we float up, and we decide that we're going to go above our heads and just sit there and float as the God, as the divinity, the divineness that we are. And the halo is above the head. And that's where we reside, the crown chakra. So it's very freeing and expansive to be there. And so as we do this and we come up and we float up above the planet, we call upon as many of the parts of us and facets of us through source creation that we can. All of those light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond, who are of the highest of deepest eternal love, from the highest of deepest eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion. They're in non-judgment. They are in non-negativity, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, non-doom and gloom, non-fear, fearless, fear-free, benevolent, tranquil, generous, and humble. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe. Several Gugaplexes, well, fill several universes. This is massive. And all we ever can do is to ask, and they will come. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. And we're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of Hollow Earth, Inner Earth, Agartha, Beneath Earth. All of these civilizations, and only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They are in non-judgment, full compassion, non-cynicism, non-negativity, non-judging, non-doom and gloom. They are benevolent, tranquil, generous and humble, blissful and peaceful. And they come in billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join the rest of us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the off-worlders, the galactics. Many civilizations, hundreds of them. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in non-judgment, full compassion. They are egoless. They do not have ego mind. They're in benevolence, peace, joy, bliss, non-negativity, non-cynicism, non-pessimism. Because as we maintain high frequency, those things do not have a place nor can hold a place as we are in high frequencies. Those thoughts that we embrace. And these civilizations have been assisting us in our evolution, in our ascension, in our enlightenment, and freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one, and we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only of those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-cynicism, non-pessimism, non-doom and gloom. They are without ego. They are in full positivity, upliftment, joy, bliss, benevolence, tranquility, kindness, generosity, humbleness. And they come in the billions. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one, we are all love, and our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, peace, tranquility, benevolence, joy, bliss, kindness, generosity and humbleness, non-judgment, non-pessimism, non-ego. Full positivity, high frequency. And just to name a few of them, there are just massive amounts. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire. The mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Trillions coming in colors, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations which we've never seen before. And then the trillions, they join us arm in arm, hand in hand, in this circle of light. All of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. All without ego, all in generosity and humbleness and benevolence and kindness and tranquility and bliss and joy. Full compassion. No negativity. No pessimism. And they join us in this meditation, in this circle of light. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy expands and saturates the sacredness of space in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. It transforms this universe, quantum universes, super quantum universes, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond, into pure, deep, eternal love. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It's that center circle. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Always, these meditations that we have performed are in constant motion. This sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever and beyond. Feel as it floods each and every one of us, our physical and our God, in pure, deep, eternal love. The highest of high frequencies. Feel it as you understand that all that you are, ever have been, ever will be, ever and beyond is inside. Is inside the body that carries it. Is inside the kingdom of God. This is our journey. Once you have clarity and that understanding, without the ego mind's influence or the subconscious mind's influence, you will then open in a vast existence of total bliss, happiness, peace, joy, prosperity, abundance, and complete freedom. And only only then will you truly understand the love that you are. You feel it vibrate through the heart, mind. The uplifting vibrational frequency. It's in all of us. And if you're conscious, or when you're conscious, you will feel it. Warm vibrational frequency covering your entire chest area. Moving up into the neck, into the head, and above the head, eventually throughout your entire physical body. It's pure bliss. It is total peace. There is no engagement of low frequencies. There is no engagement with the ego mind or the subconscious mind, because they are at rest. And you have stepped forth and up as the master and commander of all that you are, ever have been, ever will be, ever and beyond. We look upon the planet. We see all life, all of it, inside, outside, on, above, below, and we feel the love and the God that this planet is. And we flood and saturate all life on this planet, everywhere, with the highest, deepest, eternal love, with full compassion, with complete non-ego mind, non-subconscious mind, total tranquility, bliss, and joy, benevolence. We flood all life on, in, above, and below this planet. We love them. All of them, all life, all things, deeply, because we all are love, and we all are one. And all that we ever could possibly desire to know or experience is inside the kingdom of God, which is housed within your bodies. I'll join you in the meditation, and I will return to close us out. every second of every moment in these lives, it is imperative for us to be inside. And you will see more and more of this transpiring in all ways and forms, all in the same direction of eternal bliss and joy and peace. This is where we all become the true masters and commanders of our light ships and of our lives. You take it with you the rest of the day, into the evening, and into the night, into the following morning. Practice, practice, practice. Being inside, going in the in journey, going with the flow. Do not allow the external happenings to distract you, depress you, fill you with anxiety, stress, or fear, frustration, hurriedness. This is all low frequency, and it will attract more of the same once you embrace it. And if you're conscious about it, you will not embrace it. And even when you do, on occasion, you will stop it because you'll be aware that you're doing it. We will be back here October 29th, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern.